Good morning. We will start session 7 on chapter Understanding Quadrilaterals, and this is the last session of this chapter. So we'll be doing next with squares and square root chapter after this. So in today's exercise there is nothing much what I can write on the board. So I would like to tell you all to sit with a pencil in your hand along with your textbook. So you can just go on marking as and when I say, because it's all about true or false what we are doing today. So the first one, state whether the following is true or false. Now again children, here properties are to be known the best. Only then you can attempt these. All rectangles are square. I'll give an explanation also, then we will go with true or false. All rectangles are squares. Now this is a rectangle. Can a rectangle be square? No, it cannot be a square because it will not satisfy the side property, right? So all rectangles are squares? False. But if I tell you all squares are rectangles, is it true? Yes, it is true, because if I draw a square, side property, yes, are equal, opposite sides are, all the sides are equal, but still if I say opposite sides they are equal, equal. Angles are equal to 90, 90. So if they ask all rectangles are square, answer is false. Okay. Second one, all rhombuses are parallelogram. All rhombuses are parallelogram. True? Yes. So the first one is false. The second one is true. Why? All rhombuses are parallelogram because what is rhombus property of a side? Opposite sides are, all sides are equal, but still opposite sides are, we can say they are equal. Opposite angles are equal in rhombus? Yes. Even in parallelogram? Yes. So all rhombuses are parallelogram. Next, all squares are rhombus and also rectangle. All squares are rhombus. So if this is a square, it can also be rhombus. True. Why? All the sides are equal. Third one is also true, because all the sides are equal. Also rectangle, as I had told you, a square can also be a rectangle. So the answer is true. D. All squares are not parallelogram. All squares are not parallelogram. What do you mean by this? All squares are not parallelogram. It is actually false. Why? A square can be a parallelogram also. It satisfies the side property. Opposite sides are equal. Opposite angles are also equal there. Of course, all angles will come, but still opposite angles and opposite side property it will satisfy. So all squares are not parallelogram. Answer is false. Let's go to the next one. So this is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. Still I have written the answer here. Okay. Then E. All kites are rhombuses. All kites are rhombus? No, false. Kite cannot be a rhombus because rhombus all the sides are equal. Kite all the sides are not equal. So kites cannot be a rhombus. False. F. All rhombuses are kite. Yes. Because it can satisfy upper two sides, all the sides are equal in rhombus, but still if I consider kite property, upper two adjacent sides are equal, lower two adjacent sides are equal. It can be, right? Opposite angles are equal in kite. Satisfies rhombus property also. So all rhombuses are kite. True. So did you understand here how important is the properties here to know? G. All parallelograms are trapezium. All parallelograms are trapezium? True. Because in parallelogram, if I consider at least one pair of sides is parallel, yes, it's a trapezium. That's all. All squares are trapezium. True. Squares are also trapezium. Why? At least one pair of sides, both, there are two pairs, opposite sides are equal and parallel, but at least one pair is parallel there? Yes. So all squares are trapezium is also true. So true, false I have written here. So you need to just copy this and write whether true or false. That's all. Now the next one I am going to, we'll write it on the board. There should be no confusion again. Second one, again here, this exercise is all about properties, children. identify the quadrilaterals that have four sides of equal length. So which quadrilateral have all the four sides of equal length? Square, then rhombus. So what about rectangle? Can it come in that? No, because rectangle all the sides are not equal. So identify a quadrilateral with all four sides of equal length can be only square and rhombus. Next one, identify a quadrilateral that have four right angles, square and rectangle. Okay. Third one, explain how square is a quadrilateral. Now it is simple what you have to write. So explain how square is a quadrilateral. A square, I will just write the answer children here if you want. A square, I have written SQ, is a quadrilateral a square, or you can say a square is a four-sided figure. A square is a four-sided figure, hence it is a quadrilateral. Second one, what they have asked, explain how square is a parallelogram. So how square can be a parallelogram? A square has opposite sides equal and parallel. Let's talk about sides here. A square has opposite sides equal and parallel, hence it is a parallelogram. What is third one they have asked? Explain how a square is a rhombus. A square is a rhombus. A square has all angles, or you can say no, not about angles, it's a rhombus, right? Yeah. A square has all sides equal, hence it is a rhombus. And the last one, explain how square is a rectangle. A square has all angles equal to 90 degree, and hence it is a rectangle. Yes children, understood this? Fourth main, what they have asked? Name the quadrilateral whose diagonals bisect each other. Now which all quadrilaterals diagonals will bisect each other? Not perpendicularly, only bisecting. So it is square, diagonals will bisect each other. Rectangle, yes, it will bisect each other. Rhombus, yes, it will bisect each other. And parallelogram, yes, it will bisect. They have only asked bisecting. They have not asked whether they are equal or perpendicular. Bisect, yes. In this all they bisect each other. Look at the next one. Name the quadrilateral whose diagonals are perpendicular bisectors of each other. So if they are perpendicular bisectors, it is only square and rhombus. So if you know the properties, you can write this. Last one, explain why, not last one, sorry, fifth one, explain why rectangle is a convex quadrilateral. Now what do you mean by convex quadrilateral? A quadrilateral, or you can say a polygon, whose diagonals lie in the interior of a given figure, right? So why rectangle is a convex quadrilateral? So I will write answer here because direct answer I am writing. The diagonals lie in the interior of quadrilateral. That's all. There was nothing much of board work, so I've just adjusted there. Diagonals lie interior, so it is a convex quadrilateral. Yes, and the last one. Let's draw this. I mean, this is a small thing what you have to solve and prove it. So what they have given? So they have given ABC is a right angle triangle and O is a midpoint. Let's see what it is asked. Sixth one. So according to them, ABC is a right angle triangle, right? A, B, C is a right angle triangle and O is a midpoint of this side AC. Sorry. Explain why O is equidistant from A, B and C. Now how do I know that O is equidistant from A and C we know, but from B how do we know that? That we have to draw a construction. They have given the hint here. Let's take that. Right, given in triangle ABC, O is it is in right angle triangle. It is in right angled triangle. Oh, wait a minute, children. What we will do is we'll drop it and we'll do it neatly this side, so that we'll have space for the figure also to draw. Okay. So according to them, it is a right angled triangle. So this is A, B, C and this is O. So given sixth one, ABC is a right angled triangle at B. O is the midpoint of AC. Therefore, OA is equal to OC. Okay. What we have to prove now? To prove, we have to also prove that O is equidistant from B and C also. After this, we have to say join OB, because it is in the given part only. We have to prove that OA is equal to OC is equal to OB. That is, O is equidistant from A, B and C. Right? Construction. Produce BO, because BO we are going to produce it here. BO to D such that OB is equal to OD. Okay. Produced BO to D such that these two are equal and join AD and C. We have done this? Okay. Proof. So, first of all, I will tell here is diagonal AC is equal to diagonal BD. Right? So these two diagonals are equal. Now how did we come to know that the diagonals are equal? Because OA is equal to OC and OB is equal to OD. Since those two are equal, let us take half of the diagonal. Half of AC is equal to half of BD. Now what is half of AC? I can write this as OA. What is half of BD? I can write this as OD. Okay? But OA is equal to what? OC. And OD is equal to what? OB. Therefore, from this we can tell OA is equal to OC is equal to OB. This implies, correct now, from all these three equations they are equal. From this we can say that O is equidistant from A, B and C. Hence proved. Right children? This was the only one which we had to do it here. Now don't worry, such things when they come you will get those. It's given as a hint here as a dotted line. If in case not given, you should know that the dotted lines are also there. So with this we complete with this chapter. So your homework is to revise the properties once again. Go through all the sums from the beginning, as well as please solve the worked examples also. Please do not go through the worked example, rather sit and solve the worked examples. So the next class, that is tomorrow's session, I will be starting with a new chapter, that is squares and squaring. So any doubt in the session, you